What is post, power on self-test in an operating system? Imagine turning on your computer and hearing a series of beeps or seeing a message pop up on the screen. That's not just random noise or a glitch. It's a vital part of how your computer gets ready to work. When you press the power button, your computer doesn't jump straight into opening programs or files. Instead, it first runs a process called the power on self-test. This test is managed by the firmware, which is the low-level software built into your computer's hardware. The firmware can be called BIOS or UEFI, depending on your system. The main goal of post is to check if all the essential hardware parts are working properly. It looks at the central processing unit, which is the brain of your computer. It also tests the random access memory, which helps your computer run multiple tasks smoothly. The motherboard, which connects everything together, is checked too. Input and output devices like your keyboard, mouse, and display are also tested to make sure they are functioning. If everything passes the tests, Post allows the bootloader to start loading the operating system. The bootloader is a small program that begins the process of starting Windows, macOS, Linux, or whatever operating system you use. But if Post finds a problem, it stops the process. Usually, it will give an error message or produce beep codes to tell you what's wrong. For example, a series of beeps might mean your RAM is not properly connected or is faulty. This process usually takes just a few seconds, but it's very important. It acts as a gatekeeper, making sure your system is safe to run. If hardware issues are detected early, it prevents the operating system from loading on a faulty system. This helps avoid crashes or data loss later on. Different systems might have slight variations in how Post works, but the core idea remains the same. It's a hardware check that happens before the operating system even begins to load. Some computers let you change Post settings or see detailed information about the tests through the firmware setup. In simple terms, Post is like a health check for your computer. It makes sure all the vital parts are ready to go before the real work begins. Without it, your system could start up with hardware problems that might cause bigger issues down the line. So, next time you turn on your computer and see that initial splash screen or hear those beeps, remember it's performing a quick but important health check to keep everything running smoothly.